Hey everybody, it's Officer Giordano. We're out here at the Miami Marina for day number 4 of motor school. We've been out here the past couple of days. As you can notice, I got a little suntan going on, more like a little sunburn. But we've been out here the past couple of days and the motors class has been going through different fundamentals of instructions pertaining to the bike they'll be riding. The first day started off at 7 a.m. in the morning and they went through all paperwork in the classroom. They followed up in the afternoon after lunch at the Miami Marina where they were going through the nomenclature of the bike, learning the different gears.
That's downshifting, this is upshifting. It's a 6-speed transmission. All right, so that means it has 6 gears.
Learning where neutral is, learning the clutch, the throttle, the shifter, and all the other basics that are necessary to ride a motorcycle. They started off by turning the handlebars left to right to see the resistance and feel how much it turns to where it locks into place. They were able to push the bike forward and backwards and do other very necessary fundamental techniques without even getting on it to ride. So the motors classes started off at a very beginner's pace. Not everybody here has ridden a motorcycle before, so the instructors make it a point to teach everything from the beginning. All right guys, I'm over here with Motor Sergeant Delamico. He's gonna give you guys a rundown of what the first day entails and the motorcycle that they're gonna be riding. Tell me a little bit, it's first day of motor school, what are they going through?
Right now they're taking their motorcycles, taking the saddlebags off for training. We're gonna prepare the motorcycle so we can use it on the track in case they have an unscheduled dismount. The motorcycle's not damaged. So we take some of the parts off, put them away so they don't get damaged during the training. So that's what we're doing right now. Right after that, we're gonna start with the nomenclature of the motorcycle. We're gonna put some pads on the motorcycles so they don't get scratched up. And then from there, we'll start pushing them and doing the things we do on the first day.
So Sarge, can you give us a rundown of the bikes over here? I see we got the Harley Davidsons.
Yep, 2017 Harley Davidson Electric Glide Classics. 1753 cc's. It's the new 107 engine.
So this is what, the Milwaukee 8?
Yep, that's it.
Real nice. Which was the bike you guys were riding before?
We had Road Kings before.
Road Kings. So our departments always stay with the Harleys, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah, we switched models this year.
Very nice, very nice. So what's difference in the modifications from the last model to this one?
The fairing, the whole windshield, everything in the front. The other one just had a glass windshield.
All right, now Sarge, you mentioned earlier about nomenclature.
Yeah, basically what we're going to do is we're going to teach them everything there is about the motorcycle. Some of the guys here have never ridden a motorcycle, they're about to start. So we'll go over the handlebars, the controls, brakes, obviously the tires, controls for the lights, all the basic stuff that they need to know as far as when they're dealing with the motorcycle. Very cool.
All right, Sarge, I'll let you get back out there and
no problem.
do your thing. Officer Mathis.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Very good.
You mind giving us a quick rundown on this type of drill?
This is a drill to have them to get a feel of the control of the motorcycle. You have officers here who have never ridden a motorcycle, so now they're getting a little feel of if you were to break down on the side of the road, you need to move this motorcycle off the road or whatever. If you have a mechanical issue, you don't have a problem in doing that, and they're feeling it right here.
Go boys, let's go!
As you can see, somebody struggling here, but he'll be okay. But this is what it's a practice so that you understand the control of the motorcycle. You know that you can push it around and get it where you need to get it when the motor's not working.
All right, so I'm over here with Officer Tariq Ramirez. They were going through some issues with the motorcycle. The mechanics were out here. They were fixing it up. Can you give us a rundown of what was going on?
Talk about that.
Some of the problems that were going on with the bike is just pretty much the level with the seat adjustment, being able to push the bike and dismount and mount the bike. The bike weighs about 995 pounds, so it's pretty much just getting used to pushing the weight around, moving the bike, using the bike's momentum to your advantage. Like I said before, mounting and dismounting the bike as well.
So an officer that's thinking of joining motors, or someone that wants to be a police officer and wants to come to the motors unit, they might look at these bikes and be like, man, these bikes are really big. You know, I might not be tall enough. They might be afraid to get on it. But if you actually come to the unit, you can adjust the bike to your specs, right?
Correct, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have different types of, or the unit right now has different types of riders. If you look around at just the officers that are in the class or that got selected, they didn't select them based on their height, weight, or rider experience.
All right, man. All right, guys. Well, we'll be around. I'll catch up with you later. Have a good one.
Sounds good.
So let me ask you over here.
Yes.
What is the importance of this drill they're doing right now?
The importance of this drill is you have officers here who have never ridden a motorcycle. Now they're getting a little feeling of what it's like to engage the clutch, engage the motor, so it's actually going forward. So that's why they're doing what they call right now. This is a duck walk exercise. They're using the clutch to control the speed of the motorcycle. They're not using any throttle. All these motorcycles right now, they're not using any throttle. They're using the momentum from the engine, and they're controlling the speed of the motorcycle by the use of the clutch.
So it's very important that the officers get a feel for the motorcycles, engaging that clutch and be able to move forward on the bike without hitting the throttle. This way they can balance their bike, they know where that friction zone is, and they know where the clutch engages the gears and the engine, and everything starts to work in one momentum. All right, guys, and with Officer Ortiz, they're moving on to the next phase of your drills, which is going forward with your feet up.
Yes.
Just noticed that officer stalled out his bike. What's the main cause for stalling out a bike?
He's letting the clutch go too soon. I mean, there's a gray area of play in the clutch, and as you engage it, if you let it out too fast, it stalls out the engine.
Officer Targia. It's first time riding a motorcycle? Ever?
First time ever.
So you're learning it here.
Yep.
Great instructing, doing good.
Thanks, thank you.
All right, Officer Tarja, first time. Good job.
All right, so when we're moving and your feet are up, moving with the figure eights, your clutch should not be in. You should not have your hand on the clutch. Let the clutch out, let the motorcycle do its thing, all right? As long as the clutch out, what does that mean? Power's going to the rear wheel. As long as that rear wheel is moving, the gyroscopic effect takes over, the motorcycle will stay up. Right? It's when you pull the clutch in, you take that power away, that makes you fall.
You were talking to me a little earlier that the officers are moving a little tighter.
Yes, they're starting to move in a little tighter. They're doing figure eights. What this is they're actually following the sergeant, and they don't even realize that they're turning as tight as they're turning. So, you know, it just makes them have a little more control of the motorcycle, and it's going to help them as far as when they start getting into the exercises.
So to control the motorcycle at this speed, you don't want to engage the throttle too much.
They're not using too much of the throttle, just a little bit of the throttle just to keep the motorcycle from cutting off. Mainly they're feathering the rear brake, and they're using the clutch to control the motorcycle.
Now, when you say feathering the rear brake, what does that mean?
Feathering means that they're just using a little bit of pressure on the rear brake. They don't have the full foot on the brake. Their foot's going to be slightly off to the side of the brake pedal, and they're just tapping on the brake pedal just a little bit, just to help get a little more control of the motorcycle. But their main control is coming from the throttle and the clutch. Throttle and clutch control is what they're learning in this exercise.
So when they hit the brake, some people might be wondering if they're going into a turn and they hit a brake in the turn.
Well, using the rear brake is not a problem. If they use the front brake, it could actually make them the front end stop, and which could make them fall over.
So the proper technique for going at a slower speed would be
feather the rear brake, and you're using clutch and throttle control.
All right, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Officer Ortiz coming off a sport bike on a Harley. How's it feel?
A lot heavier.
A lot?
A lot heavier.
How does that clutch feel? It's a hydraulic clutch you guys are using.
It's way out there. I'm used to it being, I'm used to just with 2 fingers way in here. Now I'm letting it go way out here, so it's kind of hard to find the sweet spot.
Can you show me you engaging and disengaging the clutch? So to actually move it, it has to be that far?
Yeah, I'm like moving it way out here, and it literally, this is letting it go all the way, so it's really far out there.
And compared to a sport bike, how much would you be usually pressing?
Sport bike, I'm usually right here with my sport bike.
And for the Harley?
Harley, I found it that so far it's been way out here, and I gotta use a whole hand.
Oh yeah, big adjustment you gotta deal with now. That's all right, man, you get used to it. Good job, guys. So we have the captain here of the Specialized Operations Section. He's taking the course, and from what I understand, this is his first time riding. Let me introduce you guys to Captain Ortiz.
Hi, how y'all doing?
How you doing, bro?
What's going on?
Doing good. All right, Captain. So you got promoted. You took over the captain spot for SOS, and as the captain of SOS, you go to different trainings as well that the other officers go through, right?
Correct. I'm over SWAT, Marine Patrol, Aviation, K9, motors, mounted, and so one of my responsibilities is to better understand what our officers go through on a daily basis. And so I had never been on a motor before, and now I'm going to be going through this very, very tough school. It's one of the toughest schools I've been through.
So the mindset of a motorman, it's like almost going a million miles an hour. You're thinking of safety, you're thinking of traffic control, you're thinking of what you need to do going to that call as well. So during this course, you guys are focusing a lot on the maneuvering, but then later on you're going into the mindset of law enforcement as well.
Correct. There's going to be some comprehensive simunitions training, and we actually set up in different tactical situations to ensure that our officers are properly trained. You know, in this job, a lot of people think that we have a lot of authority, and we don't. We have incredible responsibility, and that's something that here the Miami Police Department really instills in the men and women of our department.
That's awesome. All right, Captain, good seeing you.
Thanks.
Good luck out there. So what's this name of the maneuver you're going to demonstrate?
Slow cone weave.
The slow cone weave. All right.
beyond where you're supposed to be. Most people are still falling down, and I've taught a lot of schools, and I'm being sincere. Once you learn your niche for holding it up and moving it, that's it. You're good to go. It'll be fun. So keep doing what you're doing, man. That's good. That's real good.
2018 Police Memorial Ceremony has come to a conclusion. Let us take a moment of silence to honor our fallen officers who paid the ultimate sacrifice.
So this is day number 4. They just finished lunch. They're getting ready to jump on the bike and start the second phase of their day.
This exercise is called the offset cone weave. It's probably the easiest, and to me it's the funnest, if that's a word, funnest exercise there is.
Offset, meaning that this is almost like they're going through a parking lot. The cones are actually a vehicle, and they're maybe trying to weave themselves through traffic. So the offset cone coming through here, half this cone, I'm going to cut right, go back up to that cone, cut left, come back up to that cone, cut right again, cut left, cut right, cut left. As you can see, we've given them a little space. Actually, when they start to do the course, they're going to have to do it. It's going to be a lot tighter, and it'll be actually where that dot is at. This cone here will be where that dot is at, which will tighten it up. Their gate is about a 5-foot gate. Right now, they're looking at it. They gave them like a 7-foot gate because they're learning. But when we start the actual exercise for testing, it'll be about a 5-foot gate.
All right. Cones can't hurt you. Cones aren't going to do it. Pretend they're not there. Basics, head and eyes. Look where you want to go. That clutch, get that gray area so you got power to the rear wheel. Going too fast, that's where the back brakes will go. It's that simple. It really is.
Noticing that in this course here, a lot of the officers are dropping their bikes. Usually, what's one of the main reasons that causes an officer to lose control of their bike during the turns?
It's actually being able to control the motorcycle. Because what we're asking them to do is come into the exercise. They have to lock the handlebars to the left. They have to have clutch and throttle control, and also they need to feather the brake to control the motorcycle. And this is a controlled exercise, so they're actually learning how to control the motorcycle, not let the motorcycle control them.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you.
Captain, what you guys doing over here?
The thing is that these are standard bikes, and so obviously depending on the size of the rider, you're gonna have to modify the bike. So I'm 6'2", so on my bike we had to raise the handlebars. They were way too low, so if I was gonna turn, my turning radius was all messed up. I was gonna fall. Well, in this case, he's too short. Just ran over the captain, man.
Oh my God, no, bro.
Oh my God,
All right, so this is Team Targia right here.
Yeah, we got
Team Targia.
Team Targia, let's go, let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go.
Hold the horse ready to get on.
Get on.
Just get on, man. We got you.
Just go straight for the.
All right, guys, so this is the end of the 4th day. I'm here with Officer Targia. He's doing great. First time ever riding, correct? Correct. How you feeling? This is your 2nd day on the bike, right? Actually taking it around?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit, what are the issues you're having with it, likes and dislikes so far?
Well, right now the issue I'm having with the bike is the height difference compared to some of the other riders. It's some of the bikes, as the captain was saying, the bikes are standardized, so it is takes some time getting used to trying to adjust yourself, and trying to find, as the instructor say, your niche, to being able to get off the bike, park the bike, and ride the bike as well. Right now I'm loving it. You have to have heart. You got to keep going with what you want to do. I mean, at the end of the day, whether I make it or not, you have to give everything 100% effort. So
Exactly. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
5'4". So height doesn't matter. It's about heart. It's about just doing it. So we're here with Team Targia. We're gonna sign off. So as always, don't forget to like,
share,
and subscribe. See you later.
All right, brother.
Have a good one.